My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. Get over it! And then came the day that Brock Lesnar came back and decided, storyline purpose-wise, of course, you can't be with both me and Punk. And now you have the advocate in a conflicted scenario, because people knew that Punk and I were legitimately buddies, and people knew that Brock Lesnar was my beast. So which way will the advocate go? And you had this intriguing storyline of Brock versus Punk, which was the original idea and the part of the phone call that happened after Vince said, I'm going to put you with CM Punk, and I went and see you on Monday. And he said, by the way, you know where this leads, don't you? And, you know, okay, you tell me it's going to lead where you want it to go. And, you know, we're going to end up with Brock versus Punk. And I just sat there and went, God damn, that could be such big money. You know, the funny thing is, we kind of was hoping we could stretch that storyline out and take that match to a WrestleMania. And it should have been in a WrestleMania. And as we were heading into SummerSlam, Brock and I were thinking, hey, should we go in and pitch that we extend this to WrestleMania? And we did. And here's a very funny segue. We actually went in at one point 2 weeks before SummerSlam and said, hey, Vince, there's legs with this. There's interest. People are intrigued by Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. Why don't we extend this to WrestleMania? And that was the first time we ever heard this idea. Well, I have a different vision for you at WrestleMania, Brock. And Brock was sitting there going, oh, he's gonna, what the who am I gonna have to work with now? Okay, Vince, who am I working with at WrestleMania? And Vince looks at Brock in the eyes and he says, The Undertaker. And of course, in Vince's eyes, it was, you're going to be fed. You're going to be the O in 22-0. And I never forgot, Brock and I walked out the door and we kind of, Brock had his own bus and we got into we didn't say a word to each other. We got in the bus and I put down my phone and I said, oh, what do you think? Taker, huh? We're going to work with Taker at WrestleMania. And it was the first time I ever heard the phrase, and Brock just sat there. He was just sitting and he was just, you know, staring. We were sitting at a table on his bus, and Brock just looked up and he went, 21-1. I'm the one. And I went, holy shit, 21-1. How do we make that happen? And Brock just said, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna conquer that fucking streak at WrestleMania. I like how some people still boo that to this day. Get the fuck over it already, will you? My client, Brock Lesnar, conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. Get over it!